going on, Jerome's? What's going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings have a lot of decisions this offseason when it comes to free agency, both open free agency, where the Vikings have that cash to go splash around and ideally rebuild the trenches and go from there, but also a bunch of their in-house players. A couple of them are free agents, notably Camryn Bynum. Now, Beasy, a former fourth-round pick out of Cal, converted corner, has quickly turned himself into a fan favorite. He brings energy. The vibes are immaculate. The turnover sellies are absolutely fantastic, and he really is a spark on this Flores defense. And Beasy, he's turned himself into a really solid do-it-all safety, and he's great on the back end of the Flores defense, and he just brings sunshine, man. Like, the vibes are so fun, and yeah, I understand. It's like, well, turnover celebrations are fun. We're going to blow down. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I mean, football, allegedly, it's supposed to be fun, right? And ideally, that you want entertainment, and BZ brings both of that. And he is a free agent as his rookie deal expires. He has expressed interest to stay, saying that he's praying that he's back here in the great state of Minnesota. I think that he, his wife, and his family have established a great foundation here, a great group of friends, as well as he does really awesome work in the community, specifically the Filipino community. And I think that he understands that, you know, the business is the business, but I think that he's found himself a home here in Minnesota, as well as with this team and on this defense. And long story longer, ESPN's Fowler points this out as free agency is starting to heat up. Fowler's latest: the Vikings and Bynum have had discussions about an extension. While nothing has materialized, both sides are open to it, and this could get done before mid-March. Now, a lot of players that have expiring contracts and are set to hit open free agency, like, they want to hit the market. They want to see how much they can make. But just reading the tea leaves in this spot where the Vikings and Bynum's agent have already had discussions. In fact, they had discussions last offseason as well before he was heading into the final year of his rookie deal. So there is motivation to stay here in Minnesota, and also getting a deal done before the start of open free agency. I mean, it does prove that Bynum does want to be here and maybe leave a little bit on the table to get something done before the feeding frenzy starts in mid-March. And Bynum, even though Bynum can't tackle Jahmyr Gibbs in the open field, don't hold that against him. Actually, yes, hold that against him. But Beasley's been a 3-year starter here for the Vikings. Was third on the team in tackles last season with 96. Ideally, it would have been a couple more, just chasing down Jahmyr Gibbs. Even though those obviously stand out, it does belie the fact that he has been pretty solid in run defense. But he led the team in tackles in 2023, and then last year in 2024, he had 10 passes broken up, a career-high 3 interceptions as well, plus unlimited turnover celebrations, which is also fantastic. Now, looking at the market, so I think that if a deal does get done before free agency opens on March 10th, legal tampering opens up on March 10th, that the fact that the Vikings, I don't know what to make of what Quase is going to do. So he inherited the Harrison Smith deal, but he's gotten Harrison Smith to take a pay cut each of the last 3 off seasons. And he did sign Metellus to that 2-year, $8 million deal before Metellus became a starter in his own right. So I don't know if it's in Quase's Moneyball DNA to spend big money at safety, especially when you got a guy like Theo Jackson waiting in the wings. But if the deal gets done before the start of free agency, you would expect that it would be at a pretty big discount. And if Beasley, I love Bynum. I would love Bynum at like the Justin Reed, Amani Hooker type money versus, you know, the Jesse Bates, Kyle Duggar type money, you know, Buda Baker cash. So if we can get a deal done, Beasley, $10-11 million per year, great. If Bynum and his market will bear out, like if Bynum can get to the market and the team is going to pay him $14-15 million per year, you know, God bless him. Go take that cash, and we'll roll with Theo Jackson. But I do think that Bynum, I think he's sincere, and then the fact that he wants to stay here, I think that his talent is best utilized in this Flores defense. I think that he loves playing with Metellus. Metellus actually deserves himself a new contract as well. So I think that freshening up and keeping both of your key safeties in the middle of this defense would be huge if the price is right. But we'll see what happens in that regard. But your thoughts are thoughts. Camryn Bynum and the Vikings reportedly open to an extension before the start of free agency. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys know what to do. Skull, production value.